So, welcome back for the second and final part of Drako Launch a Game, and it's Arkham Horror, the card game. Drako is excited to try out and learn, and so we have Keith here today to help him out. And I'll be here as well to just help Drako out with the whole card and all that stuff, all the practical stuff, but Drako makes all the decisions, of course, on our journey here. So, let's see, it's time for Keith, I guess?
Well, it depends. Do you want to go first?
Oh yeah, Drako could do that and see if he can kill stuff.
Because right now he has this monster that he has to.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Right.
Lots of tentacles and many eyes on that.
Oh, that's scary. Don't look too close to that. All right. So let's say you would fight now. Then he can use both. I can use both his knife and his gun.
No, because only each one is an action, so you can't.
Oh, okay.
But you have a really good gun, and you have 3 actions right now, so you could shoot 3 times in a row if you wish.
Alright, so let's say he shoots here first, then, okay, you spend 1 ammo to fight, so let's spend one of these. And that means he'll get +1 attack or strength.
Yep.
For this attack, and if there are one or more clues, he would get 3, but there's none here,
there's
so
none.
That's too bad. Okay, so in his base attack he has, let's see, what is it, 4? So he has 5 in total attack now.
And you're comparing against 4 on the.
Okay. So he has +1 on the enemy right now.
Yeah, but you can spend cards if you want to try and get that number.
Oh yeah, that's good because then he can use this overpower, right?
It's a very good card to use in fights, yeah.
So he'll get 2 more there.
So that would make you.
And if the test is successful, you get to draw a card as well. So. Okay, so he's up to 4, 5, 6, 7 against 4 then.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get something good here.
No -4, no auto fail.
And that's a...
That's -1.
Oh, it's -1.
-3 if there are 10 or more cards in your discard pile, but there aren't.
So that's a success.
So does that give you an extra damage? It does, yes, plus 1.
Yeah, you get 1 extra damage. Yep. So that's 2 damage then.
Yep.
Out of those 4 health he has.
You do 1 base and then 1 for the gun.
Yeah, okay. And then because he was successful, he gets to draw a card. So that's another knife. And now in this case, I guess he doesn't need to have another knife, but
you could discard that card for the...
Yeah, okay. So that goes there, and this is the discard pile then.
Yep.
And then as his second action, he can just keep on shooting, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's shoot again, Drako. So spending 1 ammo, and once again he has 5 against 4. So let's get rid of one more of these overpower cards. Can he spend more than 1 of these?
Yeah.
And you could even spend if we were in the same room.
Yes, exactly.
So let's say he'll spend the knife as well, just to be sure. So that's 3. That's 7. That's 8.
8 against 4.
8 against 4, so even a -4 wouldn't be...
Yeah. Only thing now is the auto-fail.
Alright. Oh, I forgot to put that one back, but... Oh, -1.
-1,
yeah.
so you pass.
So once again, Drako hits the bad guy for 2, and now he's dead, right?
He is dead.
Nice.
And Roland's thing is, when you defeat an enemy, you can discover a clue at the location, but there are no clues here for him to pick up, so...
And then, because once again the overpower makes it so Drako gets to draw a card. And that's an event, okay.
I also want to note out that this card here says Victory 1.
Yeah.
So if we beat the scenario, we get an extra experience point.
Alright, we save that
for
card.
Killing him, so we can put this aside.
Nice.
It's the same also with the locations. If you clear out all the clues on locations, say victory on them.
Okay.
You get experience for them.
So then you can get stronger in your deck for the next.
Yeah. You spend your experience on buying better, stronger cards.
Right. So Drako beat the bad guy. Look at that. And he still has 1 action. I think he will move now, so he can get somewhere where he can do some good. So he can go pretty much anywhere, right?
Yep.
What's it over there?
This is the science building.
Right, well, let's just move over there, I guess.
Okay. So that's the last action. And we flip this over. And it says forced. After the science building is revealed, put the set aside alchemy labs into play.
Okay, so it's like we discovered a new room then.
Yeah. And this place is locked right now, so
we
can't go in there yet.
And we have some clues there.
Yep, we have one per investigator, so 2 clues to find in the science building.
By the way, now that we do have in total 4 clues, should we spend them on the...
Yes, that might actually be a good idea.
Or we need to get to 6, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, in the science building it says forced. When you fail a willpower, so the head symbol, skill test, you take 1 damage.
All right.
So you don't want to have a bad brain in the science building.
I have to ask you though, this event that Drako got now, working a hunch, fast play only during your turn. Discover 1 clue at your location. Could you play this right away?
You could.
Yeah.
As long as you pay the cost.
Yeah. Okay. So he'll pay 2 resources, and he'll get one of those. That goes to the discard pile, right?
Yep.
Right. So now we have 5 in total. Yeah, that's good. Because it's fast, then it doesn't take an action. Right?
Exactly. I think I'm going to head over to the science building as well.
Oh yeah, you had to spend 2 actions then to move out of this.
Oh yes, that's right. I'm still over here. So I need to do a willpower test.
Oh, that's how it was. Yeah.
Daisy, she has 3 against 4. I don't like those odds.
Could you get stuck there?
I could. Actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to spend 2 resources to get my arcane studies out.
Alright, so let's say...
And this has the little lightning bolt symbol.
Yeah.
That means you can do it as many times as you want, does not cost an action. So in this case, I can spend resources to gain intellect.
Okay. You can boost it like...
Which is what I am going to do. I'm going to spend 3 resources on that. So that gives me +3 to willpower.
Just for this test.
Just for this test. So that puts me at 6 against 4.
Okay.
That makes this a little easier. And it's +1. So I pass.
Oh, +1. That was new.
Yeah, there's only one of those in the whole bag.
So you get out of there.
I get to move, and fix effect will either cancel the effects of the move or does... Okay, so this stays.
Okay. So that was 1 action. No, 2 actions. You put out...
Action for the card, action to move. Actually, if you're going to get that on your turn... Actually, I think it's good to stick together. You never want to split up too much. It's like the horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so then...
Alright, so then we go to the enemy phase and there's no enemies.
Nope, because you killed him.
Yeah.
Good job. So then we do upkeep, we take a resource.
Alright.
And we draw a card.
Drako's new card is this event. Oh, that's nice. Gain 3 resources?
Yeah, that's a really good one.
That can help. Yeah, I could play this and then get those resources, play something else.
So then we do Mythos phase. So we're 4 doom out of 7. And then we check our encounters. There's a locked door. Attach this to the location with the most clues. I think right now it's the science building. The attached location cannot be investigated.
Okay.
But as an action, you can either test your combat to break down the door, or your agility to lockpick the door.
Okay.
If you succeed this, then we discard this.
How strong is the test?
They're both 4s.
Okay.
So you could probably...
Yeah, there's a 4 strength on this guy, so try that. Okay.
Just one thing, you cannot use your weapons now because those are for fighting.
Yeah, that's true.
This is just a skill test, so... Sadly, you can't shoot open the door.
And here's another locked door.
Okay.
With the most clues. How does that work? And without the locked door attached. Okay, so we can't...
Yeah. So, in this case, since it's a tie, you can put it wherever you want. So I'd say put it...
Over here, where we don't go again?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Because I guess we never need to go here again.
No. Probably not. You never know.
Okay. Something might happen. So that was... and then that was the upkeep, right?
Yep, and now we do our player phase. So do you want to try and...
I think Drako will try to just break down the door, right?
Yeah, you're the strongest of those 2.
Okay, so Drako 4 versus 4, right?
Yep.
That's not looking good. Can he still use cards?
Yeah, he can still discard cards for their symbols.
I'm thinking about this. He has this vicious blow, but that's really strong, right?
But that's during an attack. So
yeah. I mean, he can
Oh,
still use the symbol, but maybe one save.
It's a good card to save.
Yeah.
But I'd say we've got three. You got 3 shots if you want to just.
Do you have any card you can help him out with, or?
Actually, I do. So if you want to go for it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's good to just...
Okay. I'll discard Unexpected Courage.
That's 2?
Plus 2, yeah.
Okay, so that's a bit better then. So...
You're 6 against 4.
Okay, come on. This doesn't work.
No looking in the bag before.
No, you can't look at the bag, Drako. He's always trying to do that stuff. Okay, here we go. It's a 0.
0, so it's a pass.
It's a pass. Look at that.
Good. So then we discard this.
So that means now we can investigate.
Yep.
Okay, so I think... investigate right now, that would be... He has 3 against 2. Wait a minute, the investigate is... Which symbol is that again?
It's the book symbol.
Okay, because then I think he will do this. So he'll do an investigate, but he'll play perception.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll get +2. So that's 5 against 2 then.
Yep.
And that's -1, so
that's a pass.
That's a
and
pass.
you get to draw a card for...
Yeah, because of this one. And let's see... that's an asset. Oh, he can have a cop hanging around with him.
Yeah, that's
ally.
an ally, yeah.
So let's see, he did 2 things. So, and he gets this one, of course.
So now we can hand our clues to advance the deck.
Let's do
Shall we
that.
So we spend all our clues.
He'll just, as he thought, he just use this. No, he can't. He needs 4.
Yep.
Yeah. So he'll do this one. That gives him 3 resources. So next time he has enough to do the cop here, so he can get some ally. Okay, so we'll put these over there.
Spend them. So then we flip this over and read it. It says, you were unable to find Professor Rice, but one of his students you spoke with mentioned a strange man entering Rice's office. Unfortunately, the door leading to the faculty offices is locked. That's over here. At this late hour, the student says the head janitor, Jazz, might be able to let you in if you can find him. So we're going to shuffle this, not that one, this one, the Jazz card.
Okay.
And this deck into
okay.
and counter deck. So we need to try and find him in this.
That's a lot of cards, though. So we have to find him by the 2 cards that we draw.
Or also, so now we look on to the next one.
Yeah.
So this says, concerned for Professor Rice's safety, you seek out the head janitor, who can let you into the locked sections of the campus. So as an action, we can spend the clue, and we discard the top 5 cards of the encounter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
If you discard Jazz Mulligan, for any reason, resolve his revelation effect. So if we manage to discard him, we probably get...
Alright, so we can spend clues to get through there. So once again, we need clues, but for another reason this time.
Because you see, this one now has no symbol here.
Yeah.
It says objective, when you take control of Jazz Mulligan, we advance that deck.
And is it always like if we get this down and then the last one down, then we win? Right?
Usually,
yeah.
But usually the last one will have some objective for us to do
that
we need to complete in time. Okay, I think that's shuffled enough.
Alright, so let's find the janitor then.
Okay, so now it is... It is my turn. I think I'm going to... Since there's nothing here to find, I'm going to move once to the quad, and then I'm going to move again to the administration building.
Okay.
And then I'm going to flip that over. Forced. After administration building is revealed, put the set aside faculty. Okay, so these should have been set aside. At the end of the turn, if you are in the administration building, discard the top card of your deck.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to stay here.
Do we have, there's 2 clues there, or?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is a strength of 4, so it's a bit tricky place to investigate. I think I'm gonna move back up. I don't want to discard any cards, so I'll go back to the quad. And that's the enemy phase. There are no enemies, so we do upkeep. So we take a resource and draw a card.
A flashlight. Wait. So let's say Drako wanted to use the flashlight. Could he get rid of the knife then?
Yeah.
It goes to discard then.
Exactly.
Because here you can spend supply. Well, it uses 3 supply, spend 1 supply to investigate. And the location gets -2 shroud. Is
yeah,
that's
the number
point?
there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that would make this a 2.
Okay, that's good. We can try that.
Okay. Then we do Mythos phase, so
Oh yeah,
another
5 out of
doom.
7.
getting close, and we draw an encounter card. Offer of Power. You must either draw 2 cards and place 2 Doom on the current agenda, or take 2 Horror. I think Daisy, she has 9
Mental.
so I'm gonna take the 2 Horror because
okay.
I don't. That would cause
No,
the
yeah.
Doom, the agenda to advance as well. So she's gonna take the damage.
Right, so let's see what Drako draws here. It's a Visions of Futures Past. Revelation test, what's it called? Willpower?
Yeah, the head.
Yeah. And for 5 for each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. Well, 5 sounds like a lot.
Nasty.
He has 3. So I guess that's not going to go well. So that's a -1, so that's 2 and 5, so that's 3 cards from the top of the deck here discarded. So I guess that's really bad. Well, I mean, it depends. But as you said, if we have to reshuffle, then we take mental damage.
Exactly.
So. Okay. So let's see. I think Drako. Can Drako go from there to there? No.
No, they're not
No,
connected.
it's not. Okay.
So you have to go back.
1,
to
2, and then he can do an investigation. But then he needs to. I mean, you don't. Yeah.
You could go to the Humanities building and see
Okay.
what's happening over there.
I think he will play this cop for 4. He gets an ally.
Yep.
And that means he gets +1 strength, and then he can also discard it to deal 1 damage to an enemy at this location. So he has this one now with him.
And you also notice that your allies have health and trauma.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
if Drako or Roland takes damage,
yeah,
you can choose to assign it to him
nice.
instead.
Okay.
So you use them as like a human shield
Yeah,
to
that's good.
take the damage for you.
Okay, so that's 1 action, and then 2, I'll guess he'll move here, and then 3, he'll move down to this one.
Okay, so we flip it over and see what's happening.
And the Humanities building forced. At the end of your turn, if you're in the Humanities building, discard the top X cards of your deck, where X is the amount of horror on you. Okay, but he doesn't have any horror.
You don't have, so yeah, you don't worry.
And there's 4 clues here.
Yep.
So that's a good one to stay and just go through, and it's a 3. And now the next time around, Drako could get his flashlight out, and then that means this is a 1 just 3 times. So perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So then it's your turn, or wherever her name is turn.
Yep. I am going to play my research librarian.
Okay.
Resources.
So that's an ally as well.
That's an ally, and it has this icon here. That means it's a react.
Ah, yeah.
So whenever this text is written next to it, this triggers. So
it's the same like Roland here has.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she has her ally. And when he comes into play, I search my deck for tome asset and add it to my hand, and then I shuffle my deck. So I'm going to search my deck for any asset that has the keyword tome in it.
Okay. And you can choose which one you take then.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess part of this game is to build the deck in advance, to be prepared for the scenario.
Mm-hmm. Take this one, add it to my hand. Just check into Yep. Then I shuffle my deck.
So that was your first action, right?
Yeah. And I think I would like some more resources. So as an action, you can also you can either draw a card,
Oh yeah.
or you can also just take a resource.
I totally forgot about that.
As 2 actions, I'm going to take 2 resources. That's not the most optimal.
Oh yeah, you didn't have any there. So.
No. Well, I used 2 to play
Yeah.
my research librarian.
Okay, so it says you have some mental damage. You don't want to move in here, right?
So that's all my actions.
Yeah.
So then we do enemy phase. There are enemies. So then we do upkeep. So
I guess there's more enemies in some scenarios, or
yeah. Also, the further on we go, we're going to be
okay.
drawing. Also, when this advances, I suspect some stuff's going to come out.
How's the replayability in this game? I mean, you learn what's going to happen in the scenarios. So.
You learn what's going to happen, but also the encounter deck is different because you don't always go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's different orders. So I think there's lots of replayability in just trying scenarios with different investigators and even different decks for the same one because they can play wildly differently.
Okay. And I was thinking about like. The main box had 3 scenarios, and the expansion, how many?
The Dunwich Legacy comes with 2 scenarios in the box,
okay.
and a bunch of investigator cards, and also new characters to play as.
Right.
And then after that, they've been releasing like once a month a new scenario, which also has some investigator cards.
Okay, so that was both of our turns, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So no enemies, and we go to the upkeep.
Yeah, so
I've taken a resource and a card. And this is a event. This is fast to play. Play after you defeat an enemy. Discover 1 clue. That's nice.
That's a good one. And then we do Mythos Face, so we had a Doom, so now we're at 6 out of 7. Visions of Futures Past, so I test Willpower now.
Yeah.
See if there's anything I can do to help it. Because it's a 5 and Daisy only has 3.
Oh, that could be really bad if you get the -3, huh?
I'm going to play this card, which has a willpower symbol on it. I'm also going to play this one, which also has a... So I'm +2, so I'm 5 against 5. So -1, so I discard 1 card from the top of my deck.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
No, that was a really good card though. Okay, and what do you...
Oh, it's another one of those
more enemies.
It's the same type of guy. Maybe it's the same guy.
It could be the same. I think there's... No, because that...
Oh, he's over there. Yeah, okay. So, once again, he comes after Drako.
Yeah. Actually, it says fewest cards, so I have 4 cards in my hand. How many?
4 as well.
Okay, so I'll come for you, we'll see.
Okay, so now Drako is excited to beat him up once again. And he still has ammo in his gun, so... and now he has this cup with him as well, so it can help him out, so...
Do you want to go first and try?
Yeah, I guess that's the main thing to do, right? Now... Okay, so let's see. I guess he will use the gun once again, which means he'll spend one of these ammos. And then he has, and now this is interesting. Now he has +1 for attack. If there are 1 or more clues on your game, you get +3. So he has +3 to his 4, so that's 7. And then he gets 1 from the cup, so he has 8.
Yep.
Oh, it's really strong. And the enemy has 4.
Yeah.
So that's looking good. But
it's always good to have friends with you.
Let's not say too much before we draw.
We haven't drawn the autofill yet.
That one wasn't that bad, right?
That one's -1 if you fail. Discard the top 3. So
okay.
You pass.
So Drako beat him up. That's 2 damage again. Why is it just marking like this?
Yeah, there's some
ones.
There are 1s and 3s mixed in there.
Okay. So like that, he takes an extra damage because of the gun. And he'll shoot again. So and then the gun is yeah.
I just want to say, if you wanted to get rid of your knife for the flashlight,
oh yeah, that's true.
Might as well throw the knife at him and.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so discard the knife. Ah, good point. So +2 for this attack, and this attack deals +1 damage. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay, so that is +2, and the cop that's 3, and that's 7 in total against 4. So. And that's a 0. So he's dead. Good job, Drako. You killed him once again. His friend here.
And now you get to use Roland's special ability.
Oh yeah. So after you never discover one clue at your location.
And you can also, if you want.
And then
exactly.
Here we go. So now I can do the. Where was it? Yeah, the fast one that play after you defeat an enemy, discover one clue at your location as well.
But that costs 1 resource. Though.
Oh yeah, it does. There we go.
But it's a really good card. You get clues. So you got 2 clues just from killing
and killed an enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was 2
actions.
Yeah, so he has one more here. So Drako is really killing it here. Okay, so I think maybe he should use the flashlight then, so he has it equipped for future use. So I'll equip it, and then 3 supplies. So I'll put 3 of these here, right? So 3 times when he investigates, the location gets -2. So that's nice. So that was Draco's turn with Roland. And what do you do? Oh, you're in the.
I'm still in the quad. I am thinking. I am going to change out my magnifying glass.
Well, you have 2 items already.
Yeah.
A knife, maybe. Yeah.
So I'm going to play this.
What is that?
That is the old book of lore.
Okay.
That cost me 3 resources.
Yeah, that was the tomb that you pulled out. Right?
Yep, the tome. And I can exhaust it, so it's exhausting something is like a magic where you tap it.
Yeah.
And I get to look at the top 3 cards in my deck. I take one and discard the others.
Alright.
I'm going to take that card, discard the other, and then shuffle.
Oh, you didn't did you?
Well, I don't discard. I mean,
you put them back on top.
I take one card.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise it sounded a bit bad.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so that was. Was that an action to?
That was an action to use it, but Daisy has an additional action during her turn, which can only be used on tome action abilities.
So you only used.
That's basically a free action.
Cool. So you only used 1 now. Yeah.
So I have 2 left.
Because well, can you move anywhere now that we haven't been? Yeah, you can go down there.
I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna head down into here. And I'm going to investigate. So it's 5 against 4. I'll just don't have much that can help I want to use, so
just get the.
I could buff my intellect, but I have no resources to spend.
Okay.
But let's see. Could be a -1, could be a 0, could be a +1. You never. -2, so that's a fail.
Okay, so the first fail of the game.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so nothing bad happens when you fail?
No, not unless it says so. But since I end my turn here, I discard the top card of my deck. And then there's no enemies for the enemy phase. So we do upkeep phase.
We'll do upkeep. So new card. And that's another one of those gain 3 resources. That's a good one. And so we're ready for the Mythos phase.
Yeah, so this is going to advance now.
Yeah.
So this is cleared off. And we flip this over and see what bad stuff. The university is dead silent. The shadows coil about your feet as you walk. And you swear there's something follow you with each step you take. Is it just your imagination? Or is there really someone or something stalking you. Each investigator with 5 or more cards in his or her discard pile takes 1 horror. So I have more than 5 cards in my discard pile.
Yeah, same here.
So we take a horror each. Yep, so that's... if they're 10 or more, you take 2 horror, so I only have 6.
Oh yeah, that's 10 or more, so another horror for over here. And that's 2 out of the 5 that he has here.
And then we go on.
What happens if one of the characters die? Do we both lose?
No, then you're out, and then the other investigator gets to try and continue on. There's been one time when I was playing a 4-player game and I was the last one alive and just barely managed to complete the scenario. So this says... Oh, no, I went to the wrong one. Dead of night. Professor Rice's disappearance isn't the only thing amiss at the university. You're unsure exactly what is going on, but you're starting to believe Armitage, that was the person who sent this here, I forgot that in the setup, was right in asking for your help. Each investigator's maximum hand size is reduced by 3 while checking his or her hand size during the upkeep phase. So normally you have a hand size limit of 8.
Oh, okay.
Now we'll have a hand size limit of 5.
Okay.
So you can go over during your turn, but you have to, at the upkeep phase, discard down. And the next one is only 3.
Oh, so it's going to happen soon, okay.
3 down.
Well, you know what? I think Drako is thinking this is getting a bit too scary now, with stuff following him around in the house and all that. You know, he's mostly into these, fun games with cows and sheep and stuff. So I think we will stop there. But I think you got a good feeling for how the game runs and how to play it and so on. And we also don't want to spoil the end here in the scenario, so you can play this even if you watch the video. You can enjoy the second and the third act here, sort of. So thank you so much to Keith for teaching Drako, and
You're welcome.
I think Drako is quite happy with having tried Arkham Horror, the card game at least, even if it might be a too scary game for a little dragon. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great evening or morning, or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye bye.
Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.